I'm gonna go to the most dangerous place I've been told in Sweden, which is in the town that I live here. I'm Brandon, I'm an American from Texas, and I've heard some things about an area of my town, so I wanna go check it out. A little bit nervous. I'm thinking I may be surprised. It may not be as bad as kind of I've heard. I just need to see this for myself. So I ended up getting a little bit lost. I looked up the way here, and I don't use public transportation very often, and if I do, I usually go the same routes and don't take other buses. And I'm one of those that's very challenged with, public transportation. And so I ended up on the outskirts of Malmö, and it's going to take me longer to get there, get to where I'm trying to go, and I'm not real happy about it because I wanted to get there before it gets dark. But here we are at the train station, and I'm gonna go to Rosengård. So I was kind of surprised how clean it was. I heard things like no-go zone. It just sounded so apocalyptic. So I was expecting to be trash everywhere, graffiti all over the place, super dirty, noisy, wild, chaotic. So I decided I was just going to walk towards the middle of Rosengård on my map. One of the things that was interesting to me coming here is just, of course it's springtime now, and seeing all the flowers blooming, the birds chirping, the rabbits running around. I really didn't expect that, but what it does stand out to me is all the industrial areas here. So far, so good. Nothing to write home about. I'm looking kind of scruffy in the video. I was like, I'm not gonna bother if this is a rough area. I need to look rough, so I took out my earpods just in case, because I'm like, I want to give anybody any ideas. But so far, nothing interesting yet. Saw this nice store, and it looked really great. No broken windows or graffiti, and this is supposed to be a bad area. I'm like, yeah, back home in some bad area wouldn't, you wouldn't see anything like that. But I mean, bit of graffiti here and there, but like on some of the fences and stuff. But other than that, I was shocked how clean the area was. But I do feel like I was just on high alert the whole time because I've heard such horrible things in the news and everything. But it's interesting, beautiful forest here on the side. Lots of trees everywhere, lots of wildlife and birds. So I'm like, really had my guard up this whole time. Had all my stuff hidden. I would pull out the cell phone when I felt safe. There were some guys back there working on the truck. They didn't seem to be too concerned. I did have a guy come running up behind me, and my guard was up so high that my heart just sunk because I thought someone's going to rob me or, do something to me. And I turned around, and I think the guy could sense I was scared, and it was just a normal Swedish guy out for a jog. He didn't seem concerned or anything. So I was like, I don't know how much that the media has blown things out of proportion. I have no doubt crime happens. I do know crime happens here. I know there are shootings. I know there are bombings. I know there's victims. But at the same time, I've experienced a whole lot worse. I've been to 25 countries in the world. I've grown up in the United States. I've been the victim of gun violence myself. I have family members that have been victims of violence. And this to me just seems like really nothing. There's even like a whole beautiful park here. Rosengård. was actually really quite surreal hearing the birds chirping. And by this point, it's getting pretty late. We're pushing about 9 o'clock, 9:30, if I were to estimate, at night time. And I mean, just nobody around. It was dead. Which that in itself was more creepy. And yeah, a beautiful park. Or rather, I should say graveyard. Nicest graveyard I've actually ever seen. So that you know that I didn't try skipping any areas, basically what I did was I pulled up Rosengård on my map. Basically what I did was I walked the entire perimeter of Rosengård, and then I went through the middle, and I was trying to see everything so that I wouldn't miss anything. Well, I've been here for a couple hours, and the only feelings I'm feeling is hunger, to be quite honest. It just feels like a ghost town. Like there's almost nobody out. It's like dead. No balconies. The buildings aren't that as bad as I thought they were going to be, I'm used to way worse in Texas. Like, if poverty level people in Texas had this, I mean, they'd be like kings, Yeah. Just dead. And clean. And quiet. Interesting. So that was my trip to the most dangerous area of Sweden that I've heard about. This is my town. I felt it was important if I live here that I venture out and have a look for myself, see what it's all about. I think this is important. There's so much talk about it in the news. I hear about it almost every day at work. And so now you've been able to see it. And I think I'm going to have to dig a little deeper. One visit for 2-3 hours is really not sufficient. So my plans are, in the future, probably dig a little deeper into this subject. If you've got some input in this, I would love to hear from you. Thanks so much to everyone that has supported me on this journey. Please feel free to like and subscribe. This is something that doesn't cost anything. If you find this content helpful and interesting, it really does help me out a whole lot. I've also added YouTube memberships as a perk on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out. I will be planning on adding more perks. Currently, one of the main things that you can do is have access to live streams for members only, as well as a few other things. Thank you so much. You'll have a wonderful rest of your day.